Hello, hi everybody. Welcome back. This is Lone Tonberry, and we're going to continue our journey into Black Myth Wukong. I think I'm going to need to go back a little bit to that other section where I stopped right before fighting Pigsy, because I don't know if this connects to that one, and I have a feeling this is the right path. It has to be. It's the one with all the cutscenes and the story content. The other one didn't seem to have anything, so we'll go back there. That Pigsy fight, man. That last video was like. That's why I named the video "The Frustration Sets In." I was getting there. I was getting there. Oh man. Um, the Purifying Spring, Over Hollow. Yeah, Relief of the Fallen Long. Yeah, we need to go back here. This might end here for all I know. I have no idea. I'm thinking there's gonna be like a boss or something though. There's gotta be. All right. So all these chests. Try to avoid fighting these beetles again. They're kind of they're. I'm gonna try to avoid the word again. They're somewhat difficult. Kind of. Again, I think it's less that they're difficult and more that their abilities are just kind of cheap. The quick dashing around and all that stuff where you can't see what they're doing. This guy again. Yeah, there's like this whole... Well, actually, that looks like the centerpiece. That is the centerpiece. We've actually traveled on the other side of it. So this may not connect to it. How would I go about getting over there? Or have I already been over there? Maybe. Did I go up here and... I feel like I went up here maybe already. I don't think I went that way, but... Yeah, I opened the chest. I remember that. Oh, I didn't even charge it all the way. Okay. Alright. I have a couple of upgrade materials too I need to go utilize. My gourd upgrade, and I could probably craft a pill. Oh, there's another shrine. I'm wondering if this is one of the side quests. Oh, there's that bridge. That led to the really annoying area. Getting flashbacks already. We've been all the way down there. So is this it? Where do I go from here? Do I just drop down here? Oh! Oh, yeah. Okay. The web, protects me. Okay. Yeah, I guess that was it. Alright then. Oh, did I have something? Oh, yeah, another one of those. We'll go ahead and travel back. I feel better now. This seems it's kind of crazy that they had that whole alternate section over there, and there was nothing there really. But again, I haven't done any of the side stuff, so, and I'm still missing a bunch of side stuff in. A bunch of side stuff in. Is it the Yellow Sand Gate Village? In the desert area, I think. I'm missing like a bunch of meditation spots, 3 meditation spots or something like that, so there must be a bunch to still do. Okay, yeah, we're going. Wait. Sorry, I gotta catch my bearings for a second. Did I come up from this way, right? Then I came here? Right? Right? I think that's right. Yeah, I came from down there and around and came up here. Yeah. Man, I get turned around in this game so much because I keep going back and forth. Alright, let's see what is ahead of us. Are we getting into another boss fight again?
Why dredge up the past? Aren't we here now? Don't you remember how I spared your life when he asked me to clean up the rest of your sisters?
I do remember. And more than that, I even remember how I survived on my sister's flesh after you left.
That's not all on us. The culprit is that centipede. All would have lived if he didn't weigh my master's flesh over your lives.
Yes, he was blinded by greed. But he has repented and made his compensation. He even offered that thing to sustain my life. Otherwise, I'd never live to see you today.
My dear, is that true? That thing is in your hands.
Unbelievable. Even now, in your heart, the monkey still comes first.
The monkey? Nah, for me, beauty always comes first.
Good. Carry on with these nice words. Once I'm satisfied, I might lift my finger and tell you where to find it.
You wicked hag! Can't you see your old face? Still obsessed with all this lovey-dovey crap at this age? Ridiculous!
Every day trapped in this hollow, I missed and dreamed, waiting for the day to eat you right after we mate.
Oh.
So I can heal.
Then eat! Could have saved me from your stupid ceremony and vows! What a farce!
My appetite is lost. Not just for you, but also for her.
Hideous! Hideous spider! Who fathered such a thing? Your fate today has nothing to do with me! I had my mercy misplaced, that's all! What took you so long? I almost died! Now
Go,
go
call
quick,
your
this
sisters.
hag, and get me down!
Monkey's the bane of my life. Why do you always have to ruin my plans? In what way am I any less than monkeys? This monkey that you love, I'll chop
Violet
his heart,
Spider.
slice his liver, and make you eat them!
Another one. She's a little different. Oh, I forgot I changed back to him. Get up. She's erratic. Oh god, I completely forgot that that's who that was. She is erratic. Wasted that. Oh, get out, 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 get out. Okay. Get up. What is that? I keep missing. Oh, that hurt. What was that? It's always some like random thing that like there's a lot of that in this game. I noticed that there's like attacks that will put you to the point where you're going to die in the next hit, but usually they will allow you to recover and at least attempt to like drink. But in this game, they will hit you with something that will put you down to like no health, and then it's like, okay, here's a wave of energy that you have to also dodge, and it's not perfect. It's not timed in such a way that if you just mash the button, you're gonna dodge it. I forgot I needed to change some stuff. Stop moving. Oh, what was that? Attacks, man. Man, she like recovers so quickly from her attacks. And she just immediately gets into this poison stuff. Can you please? I do not understand why he refuses to like... Get up! What? So, okay. Don't look into her eyes. Last time... What is happening here? So last time I stayed locked onto her, and I didn't get hit by the illusion. This time I actually unlocked off of her, looked away, and got hit by the illusion. Which I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know there was an illusion because I didn't get hit by it last time. That's my point, is like, I played it normal last time. By staying locked on her. And yet this time I unlocked because I heard him say it. And I got hit by it. Okay. Get off, man. I don't understand that attack. There you go. The clone killed her. Ugh. Ugh. God, I hate spiders.
Yeah. Go after her.
Pick my feet up.
She has the relic. Go. I can take care of myself.
Ugh. Oh, God. Please. Oh. Ugh. It's hard to look. Spider leg. Oh, God. No, this is my nightmare. Ah. God, I can't look. Ugh. Oh, God, help me. No. No, no. I almost can't look at the screen. Is this the sister? I need to be done with this chapter ASAP. God help me. There's an actual burning sensation in my chest. And the discomfort I felt from that. Temple of Yellow Flowers. No, this is a different person, it looks like. Jeez, my body's hot from just how uncomfortable that made me. Okay, what can I can make a weapon. Is it with this? No, it's with this. The staff that I'm currently using. Oh, it moves too. Come on. Ugh. What does it do? Upon a successful hit with charged heavy attack, each focus point cost slightly recovers health. In poisoned state, hits inflict the enemy with poison bane. Okay. Bad spelling again. Wait, what staff is this? The chitin staff. Of course it is. That makes sense. Lord help me. Oh, I didn't craft my other armor either. I'm gonna do that real quick. That's probably what I meant to do when I was thinking about it in the last video. No, did I? Yeah, I did. It was the boots I didn't have. How many do I have? I have 2? Oh, we're gonna have to... Is this the one that goes with it? Non-pure? Is that what I'm wearing right? This one? Non-pure. Armor of Coiling Long? Yeah. Oh, man. This one costs the most. I'd rather go ahead and get it. Done. I need one more, and then I can craft the boots. Okay. Okay, that kind of took my mind off of it a little bit, at least. I know I'm not done with the spiders, but I can deal with, like, the bosses. I can deal with killing all of them, but, like, that army, that ocean of spiders is just like, oh my god. The concept of it is just... Ugh. Oh! I was not expecting this to be a bad guy. Oh, I need to look at the... Okay. Sword Taoist. To seek the Tao, he journeys far. With steadfast heart, he finds the gate. In the depths of sword skills, he glimpsed roots of ascension's innate. Every 10 years, the Temple of Yellow Flowers opens its doors to recruit disciples. One day, a newly admitted young Taoist discovered that the disciples focused on innate practice were divided into 3 different groups based on their skills. One group used staffs, another used fly whisks, and the third used swords. The young Taoist observed them closely and noticed that the disciples who used staffs and fly whisks were also responsible for various chores around the temple and had less favorable living conditions. In contrast, the disciples who used swords only needed to focus on their training, and they were even privileged to receive daily guidance from the master. The young Taoist secretly consulted the senior disciples and found out that the sword disciples were also the quickest to achieve enlightenment and ascension. However, becoming a disciple of the sword group was no easy task. It required passing a rigorous examination by the master, and only those deemed to have the highest potential were given the opportunity. The young Taoist visited each senior disciple, noting down the questions the master had asked them in the past, and made thorough preparations. Eventually, he succeeded in his endeavor, winning first place. The master personally tied his hair into a top knot and bestowed upon him a sword. From the moment he joined the sword group, he woke up early every day to train under the supervision of the commander Beetle. In the afternoons, he strengthened his chi under the master's guidance. Though the life was monotonous and arduous, he was very content. After more than a decade of rigorous cultivation, the disciples of Sword Group finally earned the master's approval. The master informed them that their skills were now proficient enough for them to enter the mountains for secluded meditation. If they were fortunate enough, they could achieve their ascension. Interesting. Yaoguai Kings... Violet Spider. Once she rode the cloud chariot to the high terrace. Now she dwells in a secluded cave by the mountain base. The breeze by the frail bridge chills her delicate frame. Spring arrives, another bridal gown newly made. Upon reaching a cluster of huts in the forest, Tong Monk decided to seek alms for food. As he approached the village, he saw several women playing with balls under a pavilion. Invited by them into their home, he was suddenly thrown to the ground, tied up with ropes, and hung from a beam in the most uncomfortable manner. While climbing trees and branches, Sun Wukong turned back and saw a glimmer of light, realizing that his master must have encountered Yaoguais. He summoned the local keeper for details and learned that the glimmer was from the celestial bathing spring, which had been taken over by 7 spider guys. Knowing that they bathed 3 times a day, Sun Wukong transformed into an eagle, swooped down, and stole all of their clothes from the rack. Bajie, seeing so many women's clothes, persistently inquired and learned that 7 guys were bathing. Overjoyed, he rushed to the spring. Without any hesitation, he stripped off his black garb and jumped into the water, transforming into a catfish guai. Oh, that explains a lot about that. The spiders tried to catch him, yet none of them succeeded. Recognizing one of them as an old acquaintance, Bajie mischievously swam around her legs. He floated and dived around her until he was out of breath and hazed. The guais, retreating to their cave, fetched some old clothes and called upon their 7 adopted sons to guard the house while they headed to the Temple of Yellow Flowers to seek aid. Meanwhile, Bajie retraced his steps and reunited with the Fellowship. Together, they defeated the insects' sons and freed their master. Without delay, they hurried to the Temple of Yellow Flowers. The temple master, who had practiced alongside the 7 spider guais, learned that Tongue Monk was a monk of 10 lifetimes, 10 lifetimes merits, and that his fellow spiders were humiliated, prepared 4 cups of poison tea, intended to exact vengeance on the Fellowship and ultimately consume Tongue Monk. However, Sun Wukong saw through the ruse, overturned the teacups, and defeated the spider guais, forcing them to retreat. The Taoist master then engaged in prompting Wukong to order Bajie to eliminate the 7 spider guais in his stead. Following his command, Bajie wielded his rake and struck down each of the spiders, sparing only the last one. Remembering their brief affair in the water, he hesitated, and with a final thrust of his rake into the ground, he told her to flee for her life. Spiderleg, how pitiful. Though endowed with a tough outer shell, the she harbored a soft heart. Harbored! Oh my gosh! Let's try this again. How pitiful. Though endowed with a tough outer shell, she harbored a soft heart deluded by the illusion of love. This can be used in crafting weapons. My goodness, I am having such a hard time with this game and the way it's written. They put that guy right after a boss fight, too. It wasn't particularly hard, but... I think he was human. Was he human? There's another one. It's hard to tell. That's right. The spiders couldn't have been the end because the 100-eyed Taoist... I keep hearing about this, the master, whoever the master is.
Who brought malice to this land of peace?
These are the whisk things. This is one of the other 3 types of Taoist that trained here. Fruit of Tao. Drinks and soda. Using the gourd moderately extends the duration of invincibility upon executing a dodge for a short duration. Oh, yeah, him, obviously. Fly Whisker Taoist, there you go. The wide robe and crane cloak flutter in the breeze. Why compare the righteous with the unrighteous, please? Praising virtues and merits disturbs the sweet dream. Whisking dust and sweeping earth disrupts the serene theme. In Petalfall Hamlet lived a Taoist. He had taken his vows last and was the youngest, and thus the Grand Master doted on him. He, too, was glad to wait on the Grand Master at all times. If the Grand Master extended a hand, he served tea. If the Grand Master lifted a foot, he removed his shoe. He swatted flies, fanned the breeze, made the bed, and tidied the covers quick and thorough in his duties. The Grand Master favored him greatly. His fellow disciples burned with jealousy, but they couldn't stoop to such fawning. They could only speak ill of him behind his back and bully him to vent their ire. One day, the Grand Master held a test to assess the disciples' learning. When it was the turn of the youngest, he decided to be lenient with him. He only asked him to recite a passage from the scripture of Tao Te Ching. The young disciple put on a smug face and chanted it aloud, in a loud, clear voice. The Tao produced 1, 1, produced 2, 2, produced 3, 3, produced all things. The other disciples had long awaited this moment, and their wish was finally granted. They roared with laughter and even stole glances at the Grand Master to see his reaction. The Grand Master, furious, stormed off in a huff. The other disciples then warned the young one, "You've committed a grave blunder and incited his anger today. Don't dream of learning any solid skills from him now." After the incident, the Grandmaster shunned the youngest disciple, but then he found he had no one to wait on him properly. Over time, he reminisced about the young disciple's attentiveness. Before long, the disciple was summoned to serve him again, but when he saw the disciple's disinterest in Taoist learnings, his aversion returned. One day, the young disciple implored the Grandmaster to teach him some skills, and the Grandmaster took the fly-swatting, fan-waving motions the boy did each day and made them into a set of moves. Who knows if it was meant as sarcasm? In the end, he taught the boy those moves and wind-wielding techniques, and that was all the boy could hope for. I'm confused about why he was upset. Like, did he... What did they do to make him mess up? Is he not supposed to repeat the numbers multiple times? I don't know. I didn't get that. These guys are everywhere. Is that a lizard over there? Oh, there's a couple of them. Looks like this guy's just wearing a mask. They're all just wearing masks. More drinks. B Mountain Stone. When using the gourd, grants a considerable chance to take a sip without consuming gourd uses. It's a chance to not use a gourd. What in the heck is this thing? It's a snake. I gotta change this guy. Did I really get all of their attention doing that? Okay, I didn't know what he was gonna do. All right, if we're gonna play this game, I'll play it. That was great. Alright. Again, they put all this right after a boss fight. I just realized that. The Staff Taoist, of course. Fairy mountains, clouds, and waters are connected to the horizon, and home is nowhere to be seen. Holding back a stick, I walk far into the dangerous nest and enjoy the white snow and yellow buds. Long ago, a mountain village sat on a ridge teeming with insects. Strange things kept happening. So the villagers all moved out, leaving it as a deserted village. In the village below lived a young man. His mother had died, and his father was a poor wastrel who paid him no mind. The villagers looked down on him and often abused him. He felt he couldn't endure such disdain, so he fled to live in the abandoned village. Little did he know that the village was claimed by a swarm of insect guys. As soon as the young man reached the village, the Yaogwai seized him. He didn't fight back, as a deep-rooted death wish stemming from a life without attachments had long infested his heart. Seeing his resignation, the insects didn't harm him. Instead, they provided him shelter in a dilapidated shack. That night, a middle-aged Taoist brought him food and clothing. I heard you have nowhere to go, so I brought you some things for daily use. If you don't mind, take me as your master and stay here. I can teach you practices for ascension. The youth hadn't been cared for in so long. He eagerly donned the Taoist robe and performed the rites to acknowledge his master. From then on, he lived and trained with the insect guys. They spent their days dining and walking together, and at night they slept side by side. One day, a scholar barged into the young man's room. I've just escaped from the Yaogwai's lair. They had trapped me in a cocoon sack, and I'm unsure of their intentions. I'm fleeing this place. You're human. You should come with me. The young man shook his head. I'm content here. Why should I leave? The scholar grew angry. Because they're Yaogwais, and you're a human. Even if they don't harm you, staying with them long enough will turn you into a Yaogwai as well. You're right, the young man said as he grabbed his staff and knocked the scholar to the ground. But even if I turn into a Yaogwai, I'll do so gladly. The scholar deemed that the young man was past saving. Gritting his teeth against the pain, he crawled out of the door and fled alone. Snake Herbalist. I was not expecting to see this thing in a group of humans. It was stuck out. Pine, bamboo, plum grant him a blue hue. Yet hearts of jackals, tigers, and leopards he possesses true. Collecting herbs from the mountains and streams, no desire to aid the world, lost in selfish dreams. In the old days, there was a Taoist temple at the foot of Purple Cloud Mountain. An ascetic Taoist nun, worn from her long travels, sought shelter there one night. The temple nuns, moved by her devotion, offered her hot water and fresh clothes. As she bathed, the nun heard a sound from the rafters. Without showing any sign of alarm, she put on her robe and nonchalantly picked up her fly whisk. With a gentle flick, the whisk stretched and coiled with her motion, snaking up to the rafters and seizing a Yao Guai. Alerted by the commotion, the temple nuns rushed into her room to investigate. On the ground crouched a snake guai with green scales, unfazed by its captor. It seemed the nuns had been its prior victims, now taking turns to scold it. I just got a funny image in my head of a bunch of, like, Catholic nuns telling off a snake person. Okay, anyways, the snake guai looked at them with contempt and puffed out its cheeks to spew green venom in every direction. Anyone struck by even a drop collapsed at once, writhing in pain. As the guai had no remorse, the nun took out a wispy golden needle, prepared to destroy it. Only then did the snake show fear. It pleaded at once, "I'm just a lesser herbalist guai from the mountains. In my basket outside is the antidote for them. Please, will you spare my life, immortal lady?" Hearing its sincere plea, the nun granted it mercy. The guai rummaged in its basket and handed her some small white pellets. "These are the leaves of the pearl tree. They're rare in the mortal world and can cure all venoms." It fed one to each Taoist nun, and they were recovered at once. After that, the temple always had tree pearls on hand, and many afflicted by venom came here to seek aid. But the high cost of the tree pearl meant many, unable to afford it, had to face the toxin's fatal outcome. Oh, gosh. Okay. I realized that the 100-eye Taoist sounds like a spider. Got 100 eyes. I don't know, though, so we'll see.
Die.
Okay. Came running down the stairs. Die, die! That's what it sounded like anyways. Yeah. I keep forgetting to... Let me do this real quick. I keep forgetting to change this thing. I'm probably going to stick with Tiger's Acolyte. What does this mean? Is that 1, right? 4. What's the T mean? I mean, he's finished, obviously, but... Okay, I'm going to stick with him. What? That's a snake tiger. What is happening in this place? That is a snake tiger. What? Oh, are you kidding me? He wasted my... That's so annoying, because he just roared. Back off. Oh! He's got a lot of health. it's fast. Oh my gosh. I was ready for it, but it's fast. That's so annoying. It staggers me out of everything. It also screws him over, though. Get on the ground. There you go. Snake Sheriff? A head so large, a tail so thin, 7 feet long. A patterned form, electric eyes, fierce and strong. With tiger stripes, it boasts with pride, yet beneath its head a strange guise hides. In the mountains, there was a tiger with a strong desire for the Tao. He traveled across high mountains and great rivers seeking a Taoist temple to practice. However, his Taoist affinity was thin, and he couldn't find a master willing to accept him until he reached the webbed hollow, hoping to become a disciple under an accomplished immortal. At first, the immortal master disdained him for being a mere tiger, unlike his other disciples, and refused to see him. The tiger knelt outside the mountain gate for several days without rising. The immortal master, sensing his sincerity, gave him a chance and accepted him as an outer disciple. Unexpectedly, the tiger had no steadfastness. After the initial fervor, he didn't put in the effort. The immortal master advised him, one's practice relies on oneself, not the master. But the tiger couldn't grasp this and was punished to guard the mountain at Forest of Ferocity. Feeling resentful, the tiger became even lazier, spending his days lying idly under a tree and cursing his master to pass the time. Good lord. One day, while half asleep under the tree, complaining about his master, he suddenly heard a soft sigh and felt something slip into his mouth. Startled, he sat up, but there was no one around. He retched for a long time, but couldn't expel anything, thinking it was just a dream. After some time, the tiger's neck became long and thin, and he could no longer speak. He diligently patrolled Hollow Forest every day. People whispered among themselves. He started his Taoist practice with enthusiasm, but ended poorly. The master must have punished him, which is why he looks like this now. From now on, we best be careful. Okay. A snake tiger. What did he do? What did he do to him? Did like a snake crawl in his mouth? What happened? Oh, fine gold thread. It's only one though. That's enough to get the boots though. Mine core. Yeah, I need to go make some more pills. These guys are everywhere. So Pigsy said, whoops. Pigsy said he would be fine in that ocean of spiders. How have I not gotten a shrine yet? Or did I? Maybe there was a... No, there was a shrine at the very beginning. That's right. I just didn't rest. I just realized, like, yeah, there definitely was a shrine. Because I crafted some pieces of armor. I just... I don't know what that is supposed to do. There's another one. They're very strong, too. Like... At least I got a drink back. I got 2 sips. Knock him down. What is that thing? Man, they're going, like, haywire on this right now. Like, seriously, like, you got me fighting 2 things at once, and the one is, like, really difficult to kill. Or at least has a lot of health. Okay, I guess I'm doing it twice. Can I lock onto him, please? He's poisonous, of course. That thing is gross. Looks like a slug. Worm Practitioner. Swallowing pills to hasten flight, in tainted streams he shares the blight. Better to seek the straight and true than in the crooked paths pursue. The disciples who practiced swordsmanship in the temple had been training under their master for a long time. Since joining the group, they had all harbored a wish to attain ascension, diligently practicing their skills with great perseverance. One day, the master finally informed his disciples that after years of rigorous training, their skills had become proficient. He told them that they could not now follow him into the mountains for a secluded meditation. If they were fortunate, they might achieve ascension and become immortals. The disciples were overjoyed and eagerly packed their belongings to follow their master into the mountains. The master led them, using a teleportation technique, to a breathtakingly beautiful mountain. The mountain was rustling golden leaves, presenting a scene of crisp, refreshing autumn weather. At the mountain's peak, there was a hamlet where they sat down their belongings. The master then led them along a path behind the hamlet to the summit. There they saw strands of silk hanging in the air, with one end suspended in the mountain mist, and the other reaching high into the clouds. Destination unknown. The master said, "This is the celestial ladder to the immortal kingdom. Hundreds of years ago, your senior brother ascended to immortality from this very spot." With that, he handed each of them a peculiar object of a violet color and said, "This is a pill to aid your ascension. Quickly, my disciples, consume it." The disciples, filled with excitement, immediately swallowed the larva-like objects. A few hesitated only to see a terrifying and disgusting scene. The disciples that had taken the pills had transformed into flat-headed, fleshy worms. Horrified, they questioned their master, shaking. The master shook his head and sighed, "When the opportunity arises, your courage fails, which makes you unfit to become immortals." Before his sigh had ended, the disciples who had transformed into worms lunged at them. Supposed to be the sword guys, right? They were get ascension, but that looked like one of the cat whisker, whatever they're called. Whatever they're called. The ones who use little floaty whisker things, right? Or do both the spear guy, not the spear guys, the staff guys and the whisker guys both wear yellow? Either way, the sword guys are wearing blue, so shouldn't it be wearing blue? Oh, you turd. That's dark. That's the Dark Souls I know. Hide him around a corner. That's the Souls-like I know. Man, there's a lot of these guys, really. Yeah, see, the staff guys wear the yellow. Pretty sure the whisker guys do too. That's really annoying, because that little shoulder charge is instantaneous. Knocks me out of my combo. Okay, I can make the boots now too. This is a pretty cool set of armor though. I like this one. There we go. What does 4 do? When stained with mud, increases might recovery rate. Dodges and perfect dodges also recover a small amount of additional might. Mud that stains upon detransformation and exiting spirit skills. Okay. Alright, so next we're going to start working on these ones. Although I can't do this one because I don't have the Duskveil's Horn. I don't know that I should work on these though, because they're weaker. They're really slick looking though. Look how clean that looks. That helmet is cool too. It's a little much for me usually. I could prefer maybe the masks. I love the wolf mask in this game, but it stinks because even if you upgrade the stuff, it's still weaker. Gonna be weaker in the long run. That's right, you got seen through. Oh my god, this game. That's beautiful. It makes me want to live on a Chinese mountain. I don't know that I would actually want to live in China, but I would want to live on the side of a mountain that looks like this anyways. This is one of the best meditation spots for sure. Don't know how many sparks. Okay, I have 2 sparks. What did I say I was What was I working on? Oh, I was working on. That's right. These boys. I just need to get to the next one, right? Significantly reduces the stamina cost of staff spin. Yeah. What do these do? After sprinting, light starter temporarily deals more damage. After 6 successful hits with the first 4 moves of the light attack combo, light attack finisher deals extra area damage. That's such a weird. Why area damage? Grants significant damage reduction during light attack finisher. When stamina is depleted, a weaker light attack finisher can still be performed. I feel like I need to finish all these because these are the base stats pretty much. Each talent level considerably increases stamina rate when health is above half. Stamina hasn't really been too big of an issue. There's been times where I've run out, but that's really only on bosses where it's like I can just beat the crap out of them. Like where they take so much time to do whatever it is that they're doing, and I actually run out of stamina just attacking them. Oh, just out of reach. Of course, I get both of you. There's birds. You don't see much wildlife in this game. Oh, these guys. Ah, they reach so far. They reach so far. Wasted my transformation on that. I'm not too happy about that. It's alright. They see you from so far away, too. I have a lot of reach on them. Their attacks are just really erratic. I get a lot of Bloodborne vibes. Maybe not Bloodborne. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just their attacks are really hard to gauge, which has been a common theme throughout the entirety of the game. Like that. Like, he just like spins around, and it just seems like the attack arc is so extended that it's going to hit you no matter where you are. Unless you just dodge at the exact right time. Alright, see if I can at least take one of these guys out without getting their attention. Oh. I mean, for me to get close enough. always frustrating when they're able to, like, just stop staggering and then just get a free hit in and knock me out of my combo or whatever. I didn't waste it, but I realized halfway through, I was like, no, I'm not going to get this off. Was that one new? No. He looked different, so I didn't know if it was going to be a new journal entry. Okay. How have I not hit a shrine yet? How have I not hit a shrine yet? They're not attacking me, but I have a feeling if I get close enough, they will. No, they're training. I'll risk it. That was a mistake. Kill as many of these as I can. Oh. What is happening to me? Something's happening. I was like really sluggish for some reason. Oh.
Come close. Finish me.
Beetle Commander, okay. Are you just gonna guard the whole time, or? Yeah, you just... Oh!
I'd rather die. No way out. There's no leaving this cave. Please, end me now.
You want me to kill you? Okay. Not a voidness. Commander Beetle. Yeah, we'll give him a shot. He's new. Take the form of Commander Beetle, spin the twin blades to hack at the target. The spinning edge pulse strike. The spinning edge's pulse, striking all nearby foes and dealing area damage once. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's an AoE, though, so it's really meant for groups of enemies, which, yeah, I don't really fight too many groups. I mean, that was obviously a group, but, you know. Yeah, boy, Chiefs. Let's go find him. Commander Beetle. When faced with traps, one must pass the test. When fortune smiles, do know when to rest. If a man of great will must vent his zest, trade deeds for fame and rank with the best. A young man from the village of Shaded Heights served at the county yamen, running errands for the local government. The magistrate despised him and... These stories are so matter-of-fact. He hated him. Okay. The magistrate despised him and hindered his advances at every turn. One day, the magistrate learned of a Yaogwai haunting the village of Lanxi. He sent the young man to investigate alone and hoped he'd never return. Good lord. Aware of the magistrate's ill intent, the young man accepted the task without hesitation. He chose not to beg for his life in this. As he entered the desolate, eerie village, he was overcome with regret. But as night fell, and without knowledge of the mountain path, he had no choice but to stay. He found a less dilapidated house with intact eaves, barred all doors and windows, and lit a lamp to steel himself for a long night. Planning to depart at first light, fear gripped him at midnight, so he practiced his swordplay to calm his nerves. After a while, a deep voice arose from the darkness above the rafters. I am a Yaogwai of this ridge. I meant to kill you, but with your fine swordsmanship and the official blade, you must be a yamen runner, yes? The young man was startled, but needed to voice his woes. He shared his ordeal with the Yaogwai and drew sighs of empathy. The Yaogwai said, I, too, was once an imperial guard, but a treacherous court official cursed me into a beetle to scrape by in these hills. I long for death, but I still wish to pass on my sword skills to someone worthy. Now, if you're willing to learn my skills, I offer to teach you. The young man dared not to refuse. As he agreed, a beetle over 3 meters tall descended from the shadows. Its neck bore a thick carapace like a general's helm. The beetle wielded twin blades with a steadfast and forceful style that suited the young man's disposition. Overjoyed, the young man practiced with the beetle by the fading of lamplight till dawn. As they parted ways, the beetle said kindly, The world these days is full of those lacking talent and virtue and ascending through flattery. Why tangle with them and sully yourself? Aim higher, a man should carve his own path. With a hearty laugh, the beetle left. This encounter changed the young man. He resigned from his post at the yamen and enlisted in the border armies. His superb swordsmanship elevated him to the rank of general. Leading the troops against foreign foes, he won victory after victory and became a famed commander. Oh, new meditation spot. I was like, wait, what's still red? Okay. I wonder why he wanted to die. Was it because he was a Yaogwai? Tablet of the Three Supremes. Considerably increased critical hit chance when health is low. What is low? Like, are we talking about like Dark Souls Red Tearstone low, or... His attacks are so fast. What? So, again, I am having to fight all this stuff, and it's like, can I get a shrine? Like, the spirit, fortunately, put me back at max, but, like, what the heck? I'm gonna have to run through all this stuff again? If I die? This is some old school, like, Souls level of, like, having to run through stuff. I kind of like it, to be honest. It's a little bit, there's a little bit more on the line, you know? We don't want to die, which is good for this game, because there's really no fear of dying in this game. There's nothing happens if you die. The shrine's right next to this dude. Is he not a bad guy, maybe? Oh, he's not a... It's not a guy. I thought the statue was a giant, like, lizard dude. Oh, that was funny. definitely going to rest. And we're going to call it because that is past the hour mark. So thank you guys for hanging around and watching me play. And I will see you guys next time.